it's Lucy and I'm back with another video, and I actually have two videos that I've been meaning to put together. They're two different pieces or projects that I worked on back in 2018, but I didn't really get around to editing them till now, but I'm really putting in the effort to get them out now so I can work on some more up-to-date things, but I thought it'd be fun to share them anyways. But anyways, the video that I'm sharing today is on this oil pastel painting that I made for my friend Ashley, and it's of her two adorable pet dogs, and their names are Percy and Zeus. I had a lot of fun making this piece, and I highly suggest that you guys check out their account. They have an Instagram account where you can see cute little pictures of them and give them some love. And in this piece, I'm using my Pentel Oil Pastels. I'm pretty sure they're student grade, but I don't know, I really like using them. There's so many different colors that are really fun to use. Aside from that, I'm using pastel paper, which I'm pretty sure this is meant for chalk pastel, but I don't know, it's pastel paper, so I'm gonna use pastels on it. I still think it looks really nice, and I wanted some gray paper so I wouldn't just have white to base off the picture. I found shading the fur quite fun, despite them being dogs with very neutral coats. I mean, that's usually what fur is colored like, but I thought I'd add a lot of different hues to make it come alive more. So, like within a lot of the fur, you can see blues and purples, and even in black I add a lot of browns in order to make it feel more in-depth. And overall, I really enjoy doing that, even with like skin tones and stuff. I enjoy oil pastels. I want to work on using oil pastels more, and I don't think it takes too much of a setup. I mean, as long as I have paper and pastels to work on, it's all good. And you can get some really cool effects without having to pull out massive amounts of paint and all that. Off to my right side, you can kind of see this little container I use to hold some, it's actually baby oil, and I even have some paintbrushes over top of my piece. And originally I was going to use them to blend, because I sometimes do that. I use it as sort of like a paint thinner, paint solvent, I guess, for oil pastels, but I didn't end up needing it. I kind of like that more rough textured effect, since, you know, I was trying to render fur. I think it worked to my advantage. It's kind of funny because they're actually quite different looking dogs, but they're actually related, which I found really adorable. And the more I drew them, the more I noticed a lot of similarities in their coats and demeanors that kind of hinted towards that. So now I got to work on Zeus, and I was really worried I wouldn't be able to capture Zeus's look because of how poofy he looks, but it ended up looking really nice, and I got to put in all those little stray bits of fur in order to really show the volume of his coat. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. I don't usually draw animals, though I've been meaning to practice more, because it's always helpful to try new things. And I found it particularly interesting because it's quite difficult to capture the likeness of somebody's pet. So it was an added layer of challenge that I thought was really interesting to partake in. And after I had finished drawing them, I decided to put a nice complementary background in order to just pull it all together, give a little pop of color. And it was at this point that it really felt like my oil pastels were melting because of just how much I was using them. But I'm glad they held up. All the friction from my hands was not enough to burn them out. Yeah, I don't know. I also made a new intro and outro animatic. It's quite simple really, but I really like the look of neon lights, and I just needed to switch up for this year, so hopefully you guys like it, and I'll see you all later. Bye!